Greetings again, Nakanos. It's me, Miss Nakano, and today we're going to answer that age-long question. What do you prefer, cats or dogs? Right now, I have a cat, so I'm dressed up as a cat today. And we'll be doing our first Draw As I Draw of the day. We'll be drawing as I draw a cat. All right, so here we go, friends. Now, I made my board a little different today. I made a line across the bottom so that way it would be closer to the size of your paper. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you that if you really like to color, you're going to want to make a bigger cat. And if you don't like it so much, you just want to practice the drawing part, you might want to make it a little smaller. One of the tricky parts today is we're going to make some details on our cat's face. So keep that in mind when you're making the shape of the actual face, the cup to start out with, because if your cup is way too small, then your cat's face is going to be all smushed up and look all a mess. So here we go with Draw As I Draw. Okay, we're going to start with our pencil on the left-hand side of the paper. You're going to start a little over halfway up, and we're going to start by making a smiley to the side. This is the shape that I was talking to you about the cat's face. If you make your cup too small, you're not going to have room for details. But look at that. It's looking wonderful, darlings. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top of the cups. I'm going to go diagonal in, stop. Then the same thing on the other side. Diagonal in, stop. See these cute little ears? So adorable. Next, I'm going to start at the bottom of the diagonal, and I'm going to make a little rainbow to the side. Oh, it's looking very cat-like already, meow. Next, I'm going to make two small circles for the eyes. Now, you don't want to make just a polka dot with it, because then if you're back farther away from your picture, if you have old eyes like Miss Nakano, nobody will see it. So if your dots look a little too small, go back and make them bigger. All right, down below the cat's eyes, I want you to make a little horizontal to the side. Little horizontal right there. Now, we're going to start at each end of the horizontal, and we're going to make a diagonal to the middle, and then we'll go to the other side and make a diagonal to connect. So let's look. Start at the side, diagonal down, stop, hop to the other side, diagonal in, touch. Oh, so cute. Senyosa. All right, down at the bottom of the pointy upside down triangle, you're going to make a vertical line down, hook. Then you're going to hop back up to where you started before. And this is the tricky part. You're going to trace down, and at the last minute, you're going to hook the other way. Start at the bottom of the nose, trace down, hook the other way. So cute. I feel like this is a self-portrait of me. Look at my face. Look at his face. We are practically twins. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my kindergarten rule of 3, and we're going to go 3 whiskers to the side. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go on the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. A little cat detail that we're going to add is just like on my face. We're going to make 3 dots on each side by the whiskers. 1, 2, 3. Then on the other side, I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3. And I notice those aren't showing very well, so I'm going to scoot you up. Come a little closer. Watch me draw. All right, let's color those in a little bit more so you don't think Nakano's crazy because you can't see what she's doing. Oh, it's looking wonderful. Okay, inside each of the ears, I'm going to make a tiny circle. That's like the tiny pink part inside of their ears when you see in cartoons. Next, I'm going to start at his chin, and I'm going to go down, around, and touch. And there's the body already. Okay, how many legs does a cat have? Whew. So glad you said 4. Otherwise, we'd have some real Frankenstein cats here. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the body. and I'm going to go vertical down, space, vertical down, and then on that outside vertical line, I'm going to go out, around, and touch. All right, one leg down, 3 to go. This time when I make my vertical lines down, I'm going to go a little farther down so that it gives it some perspective so it doesn't look so flat on the paper. So we're going to go longer vertical down, space, longer vertical down. And then we're going to go the same thing. We're going to take that outside line and go out, around, and touch. It's looking so realistic, darlings. I am practically Picasso. Okay, so we had 4 to do. We've done 2. 2 left. And apparently, Nakano needs to redeal with her nail polish. Not cute. Okay, we're going to move to the back half of the body, and we're going to do the shorter lines first. 2 little verticals. Space in between. Out, around, and touch. Okay, 3 down, 1 to go. This is the time where we scoot over and we make those longer vertical lines. So we're going to go longer vertical line, space, longer vertical line. Then out, around, and touch. All right, looking great so far. We forgot something that I know that I never forget that my cat has. You guessed it, claws. We're going to keep on using the kindergarten rule of 3, and we're going to start on the feet and just do 3 curves that are not too big, not too small, just right. Goldilocks size. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Next foot. 1, 2, 3. Back feet. 1, 2, 3. Next foot. 1, 2, 3. All right. Our cat is looking so great here, but the tail. We need the tail. Tails are a little tricky on cats. So I'm going to start at the back half of his body, and I'm going to go wiggle, waggle up. And then I'm going to make a little space down, just like I did with the legs. And I'm going to copy that line. So I'm going to make it so they look like they're best friends. Wiggle, waggle, up. And then at the very end, we're just going to make a little curve to connect. I like to make action lines with theirs so it looks like your cat is wagging his tail. So again, it's that kindergarten rule of 3. Just see it all the time. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. So now we've got a wagging tail here. That's a very happy cat. Let's give him a place to live. Okay, you can see where I started to make a line before, but erased it. I'm going to go over to the left-hand side of the paper, and I'm going to go all the way across. And if I happen to run into some of my cat's feet or claws, I'm just going to hop my marker and then keep on drawing. Hop all the way over. Now this is where you have some room to do some creative choices. If you want your cat inside, outside, you could do just whatever you want. What I think I'm going to do is I noticed that my cat's tail is wagging. So I'm going to think about something that might make a cat's tail wag. Living with Nakano. Great Wolf Lodge. McDonald's Play Place. Ball of yarn. I think we've got the winner on that one. So out in front of his paws, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to go all the way around. Stop. Then I'm going to make a little wiggle waggle to the side. And I've got to add some details to that circle so that way it shows the yarn that's wrapped up. So I'm going to start where my string started and I'm going to make a diagonal to the other side. And then I'm going to fill in the top part with some diagonal neighbors. Then I'm going to go about halfway down in my diagonal line and I'm going to make a horizontal line and then some horizontal lines above. I see another small space here, so I'm just going to fill that in with some vertical lines. See how we added the detail there so that way it looks like an actual ball of yarn? It is because I have been trained by the finest of illustrators ever known to man. And now I am passing it on to you, children of the Nakano world. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, it's time for you to color in. I want you to remember what we always talk about in kindergarten. Please remember to use a variety of colors, stay in the lines, and go back and look for white spots. When you've colored your picture in, you're going to take your fingers like this and your thumb like this and put them together and kiss them and say, "Mwah! Masterpiece!" Thank you for joining us again in Drawing with Nakano, and I hope that your afternoon or evening or morning, whenever you're drawing, is absolutely perfect. Until later, friends.